The Oaks played 4 runs in the bottom of the 3rd inning, and they are now in the driver's seat to win the California Collegiate League. The top of the lineup coming up for the Crawdads in the 4th. Colin Clark has faced the minimum through 3 innings and struck out 5 hitters. The Oaks have an entire disposal of relief pitchers behind Clark, who himself is dealing in this one. Well, if you thought the dugout couldn't get any more into the game, you're wrong. A team that's been locked in from the start this weekend, they can taste the championship. Gotta stay composed if you're the Oaks. Colin Clark has been excellent all summer at throwing strikes. Exactly what he's got to do today. The leadoff man, Wolbert, grounded out to second to start things off today. Up there for the 2nd time. And he flicks that one to left field. That's going to be trouble, and it falls. Fair ball. Staying put at first is Wolbert. It's the first real hit of the game for the Crawdads. 2nd hit overall. Wolbert just a little flick of the wrist on a fastball in the outer half. Just lifts it into left field for a knock. Exactly what you needed for the Crawdads. A leadoff base runner. They just need base runners. A pass the baton approach is what the Crawdads need to have at the plate. Can't be taking any selfish at-bats. Casey Cummings has a strikeout today. 1 of 5 for Clark. Breaking ball high. West jumps out of his stance for a potential back pick, but doesn't throw it. Ground ball to short. Cooper Chef over to Kang. To Leahy. Double play. Easy 6-4-3 turn by the Oaks middle infield. We're having a ball out there, joking around after the play. I mean, they're just having too much fun out there. Saw it yesterday. Saw it pregame today. And it's carried on into the game. If you're in that Oaks dugout, it doesn't feel like it's the championship game. It just feels like it's any other day. Vibes are about as high as they can be. Coach is getting involved in the celebration. Everyone part of this organization has been feeling the vibes. Good swing into left center field. Long run for Carrillo, but he's got there. Another easy inning for Colin Clark, who still faced the minimum through 4. We head to the bottom half. Conejo on top 4-0. Well, if you just look in the two dugouts, you could figure out how this game is going. On one side, just about the entire Crawdads team is sitting down, albeit at the fence, but all having a seat. And you take a gander at the Oaks dugout, not a single player sitting, every single one of them engaged and on the fence. 4-0 Conejo leads Game 2 of the CCL Championship Series. The Oaks took Game 1, and they can sniff that CCL title. Cooper Chef was robbed of a hit as last time. Hitting one hard into the right field corner. Leap and catch made by Woolward in right field. That misses Chef. Reno. Chef's been the Oaks' everyday shortstop as he takes ball 4, tossing his bat and Evo shield quite high into the air. That brings up Lucas Danielitz. Second straight inning that he's getting a hit. Picked up a knock in the 3rd and scored the Oaks' first run of the game on that error. That was some good base running by Danielitz. That's with 2 outs, so an infield pop-up. Oftentimes we see base runners lollygag around the bases. But Lucas had his head down, and it allowed him to score. He hits a double play ball over to shortstop, but it's booted by DeFazio. Flip to second is not in time. Everybody's safe. And now 3/4 of this Crawdad infield have made an error in the last 2 innings. Just not helping out EJ McCrew whatsoever. They're pretty routine plays as well. Now here's a bunt situation for Tommy Kenlinger. First and second, nobody out. Tommy 0 for 2 today, but he's squaring and bunts it foul. The Oaks have done a nice job bunting as a tool for them this summer. We saw it yesterday with the 2 sacrifices coming from Landon West. See if Tommy shows, and he's squaring early this time. Crawdads creeping in. Tommy gets it down. Throw to third, not going to be made, but throw over to first is not in time. Tommy Kenlinger beats out the bunt after Beasley hesitates. Are loaded. Not often do we see first base coach Jose show off emotion, but he was pumped after Kenlinger got in safely. It's going to prompt a mound visit. No action for the Crawdads. I'm not sure what you're supposed to say. Just keep telling him, do what you do. I mean, McCrew is getting the wrong end of the stick right now, and he's pitching well, but nothing to show for it on the scoreboard. Very quick conversation, at least with the head coach. A couple of the infielders remain on the mound. A chance for the Oaks to break it open. Already a 4 spot today. That came last inning in the 3rd. Right now they have the bases juiced with nobody out, and the heart of the lineup coming up. Jack Brooks already has a hit today. Came just last inning. Came on the first pitch. Swinging early again, but coming up empty this time is Jack. McCrew needs to do his best to limit the damage here. Crooked number for the Oaks, and it'll be some scary times in that Crawdads dugout. Four really good hitters coming up. Brooks, Carrillo, and Rubin, and then if they reach, Nick Leahy. Fastball, top of the zone. Brooks not too pleased, but it is called a strike. 1-2 the count to Brooks. Bases loaded, nobody out. Jack goes down. He chases a breaking ball. Really good pitch from McCrew, who picks up a massive first out. And that now sets up a potential double play ball, meaning McCrew is one pitch away from getting out of this unscathed. The momentum that it would jolt into that Crawdads dugout if McCrew's able to get out of this would be massive. Carrillo takes high. Austin 1 for 2 today. Outside, 2-0. Nowhere to put Austin. Justin Rubens on deck with Carrillo in a hitter's count. Trying to go with a breaking ball. Can't find it. 3-0. McCrew in danger of walking in a run. He throws a strike. Big pitch coming up. Do not want to walk Carrillo here with the bases loaded, but for a guy who's driven in 30+ this summer for the Oaks, you don't want to give him anything too good. Big pitch from McCrew. And Carrillo, with more of a 2-strike swing rather than a 3-1 swing, fouls it back. Count is now full. Biggest pitch of the game. Biggest pitch of the season for either of these teams up right now. Count is full. Nowhere to put Austin Carrillo. Crawdads desperately trying to stay in this game. And Austin goes down. Back-to-back massive strikeouts for E.J. McCrew. And he is now 1 out away from escaping this jam. Not at all what you expected with Brooks Carrillo. Bases loaded, nobody out. Two guys that are two of the best at putting the ball in play. Both go down on strikes. And now it's up to Justin Rubin. Bases full of Oaks and 2 away. He goes after the first pitch. It's popped up. Second baseman Walker is there. He catches it this time. And E.J. McCrew gets out of a bases loaded and nobody out jam. We head to the 5th inning. Oaks still on top, 4-0. Top of the 5th inning. Oaks leading the Crawdads 4-0. A win today gives the Oaks their first CCL championship since 2018 and just their 2nd overall. Still Colin Clark back out for his 5th inning of work. Clark has been excellent, facing the minimum through his first 4. Has gotten help with a caught stealing from Landon West and a double play ball just last inning. But he's filled up the strike zone and been rewarded for it. Quickly gets Walker in an 0-2 hole. Clark has 5 strikeouts today. Ground ball right back to the box. Colin flips it over himself for out number 1. Clark is cruising. He's locked in. Already on the mound, ready to pitch. Now he's to step off as he realizes batter's nowhere close to being ready. It's now Cam Calvillo. Popped out in his lone plate appearance today. Oh, sword. Tries to hold up, but cannot do so. Calvillo, the third baseman for the Crawdads. Lifts one out to Danielitz, goes back, and he's got room to make the catch just shy of the warning track. Deep fly ball. But Danielitz making it routine out there. That's 2 outs already. Kaneberg has a strikeout today in his lone at bat. Up there for the 2nd time today. Strike 1. Just like he's done all day. Colin Clark jumping ahead in this count. With him looking like he's going to get through 5, the Oaks are going to have 4 innings to piece together with an entirely fresh bullpen. As this one's lifted into center field. Kenlinger is there. Another 1-2-3 inning for Colin Clark. We are halfway home in this one. A little bit of chippiness between the Crawdads and Clark. Some screaming from the Crawdads dugout. Umpires telling them to knock it off. They clearly have a specific player in mind. We've seen tensions build in the last couple of days. The Oaks coaching staff talked specifically today to the players about keeping it within themselves, which they've done all day. I didn't notice any warnings given in between innings, but both managers did have a conversation with an umpire for the Crawdads. It was the third base umpire. Coach Solis had a conversation with the home plate umpire. Just wanted to make sure things stay calm for the remainder of this one. Nick Leahy is the hitter. He hits one foul over our heads. Right over our heads. Whoa. Leahy reached on an error his last time. He hit a ball that looked like it was going to be an inning-ending ground out. It was booted at second base, and Nick reached, which allowed the second of 4 runs to come in the inning for the Oaks. They wound up with a 4 spot after a 2 RBI double by Landon West. 2-2 the count on Leahy, who goes down swinging. Throw over to first as the pitch was in the dirt is in time to get Nick. He's down on strikes for the 2nd time today. And that brings up the aforementioned Landon West. A 2 RBI double in the 3rd. 2 sharply hit balls from West today. One of them was caught in deep left field. Second of which was able to get over the head of Cummings. He goes after the first pitch. No man's land on the right side. An infield single for Landon West. Showing off the speed. Second hit of the day for Lando. He's had a nice little day. A 2 RBI double, a single, and he's thrown out a runner stealing. Now it's Jordan Kang. Jordan 0 for 2 in this one. The Crawdads don't have anyone warming up right now, but they got a couple of pen. Popped up, right side, drifting out of play. Oh and 2 to King. EJ McCrew with just about 80 pitches. Compared to Colin Clark, who's only thrown 62. And that's through 5 innings. Couple of hard steps. West is not running as the pitch misses inside and King. Fastball outside, 2 and 2. King has been in and out of the start. Has been really swinging the bat well. Even when he hasn't been getting the results, seems like he's towards the tops. Him and Landon West with the most hard hit outs. A lot of deep flyouts, a lot of line outs for Jordan King. Another 2-2. King goes down on strikes. Second time today that Jordan has been retired via the K. Second strikeout of the inning for EJ McCrew. It's now strikeout number 7 on the day for McCrew. And Cooper Sheff up for his 3rd plate appearance. Swinging a ball to right field and was taken away of a hit by Mark Wolbert on a leaping catch. Then he walked on 4 pitches his last time. It's 2-0 on Sheff. Former Oregon Duck, soon to be UNLV Rebel. Cooper hasn't seen a strike in his last 2 plate appearances. There's one. It had been 7 straight balls that Sheff had seen after a 4-pitch walk and then getting ahead 3-0. It's now 3-1. Another strike. Looked to be maybe a tad inside, but ruled strike 2. West will be on the move on this payoff pitch. Sheff holds up. Pitch misses down. Second walk today for Cooper. Second consecutive inning in which he's walked. Crawdads. Backdoor breaking ball catches the corner for strike 2. McCrew with an odd stat line of 4 runs, but none of them earned. He's been excellent today. And he gets Daniewicz. striking out the side here in the 5th inning. 8 strikeouts from McCrew, who's given up 0 earned runs through 5 innings, done just about everything he could. Fortunately, hasn't gotten help from his defense or his offense. We head to the 6th. Colin Clark back on the mound. Top of the 6th inning, Colin Clark has still faced the minimum through 5. He gave up a single in the 2nd inning. That was erased with Landon West throwing out Isaiah Walker stealing. And then a leadoff single in the 4th was erased on a double play ball. So that brings up 7-8-9 for the Crawdads. In the first 2 playoff games, 6 innings has been the cap for Oaks pitchers. Both Ryan Humphreys and Cole Fisher going 6 innings of 1-run ball. Both of them pretty efficient, but Clark has been even more so today. Only 62 pitches through 5. And he's looking to carry it into the 6th. We haven't seen any Oaks pitcher pitch into the 7th. And, you know, Coach Solis has a decision to make because Clark has just been uber efficient and getting outs left and right, but this Oaks bullpen was the best in the CCL South, and every single guy down there is fresh, which is a good problem to have for Coach Solis. Rather have too many guys than not enough. The count is even at 2 on Nico Apstlaqueta. He was a strikeout victim his last at-bat. Breaking ball outside. We haven't seen many 3-ball counts today from Clark. I believe this is only the 2nd 3-ball count of the day. No walks in this one. Payoff pitch on its way. Got him. From Colin Clark. Gets Apstlaqueta swinging for the 2nd time today. Well, Clark's gone full to 2 hitters, and he struck them both out. Counts of the day. It's how you get success. Throw strikes. When you've got good stuff, there's no reason not to challenge these hitters. Another first pitch strike. This one's lifted foul and out of play. Towards the batting cages with no top and out of play. That's 7 strikeouts for Colin Clark today. Not quite at Cole Fisher's 9 that he put up yesterday. He can't stop throwing strikes. Another 0-2 hole for a Crawdad hitter. It's the catcher, Nikhil Beasley. Already went down swinging today. And he goes down again. Colin Clark is too dirty. 8 strikeouts on the day, and he still faced the minimum. for the Oaks. Clark dominant in all aspects. The only 2 hits, a blooper into left and a pop-up to right that Daniel was lost in the sun. Only 2 base runners allowed against Colin Clark today. Hitter DeFazio, apparently missing below the zone. DeFazio flew out back in the 3rd inning. Wouldn't be surprising if this is the first time this year that Coach Solis lets an Oaks pitcher pitch into the 7th. Clark just over the 70 pitch mark with 2 outs in the 6th inning. Fastball on the corner. Strike 2. I mean, he's feeling it right now. He's been shaking his head a little bit. I'm not sure if there's been some chirps or what, but hasn't stopped Colin. 1-2 delivery. Got him! Striking out the side. And we can officially start counting outs here in Northern California. The Oaks, 9 outs away from a CCL championship. Bottom of the 6th inning. The Oaks on top adds 4-0. 9 defensive outs away from a CCL championship. Top of the lineup coming up for Conejo in the 6th. Tommy Kenlinger to lead things off. Tommy's 1 for 3 today. Laid down will look to be a sacrifice bunt, but with the catcher Beasley making a pump fake to 3rd, it allowed the wheels of Tommy to beat it out. Two and 0. The new pitcher for the Crawdads is Rowan Leto, who replaces E.J. McCrew, who pitches about as well as you can, given the circumstances. Went 5 innings, no earned runs, but did allow 4 total runs thanks to 3 errors by his defense. 9 strikeouts from McCrew, who did pitch well, but is in line for the loss as things stand. The count is 2-2 on Kenlinger. Who hits this one foul and out of play? Well, we haven't seen any Oaks pitcher pitch past inning number 6 this season. It would not surprise me if we saw Colin Clark go back out for the 7th at just 65 pitches. Then again, we've also seen back-to-back 3-inning saves, so it wouldn't be surprising if the Oaks go to a reliever. Either way, it's going to likely be the right decision with how well the staff has been this year. Kenlinger goes down on strikes. Second time today, he's been retired via the punch-out. Now it's Jack Brooks. A 1-for-3 day today with a run scored. But he did strike out with the bases loaded and nobody out in his last at-bat. Showing bunt, but drops the barrel and it goes foul. With the speed of Brooks, if he's able to get a solid bunt down the third base line, that's an easy hit. Pops this one up, foul territory along the left field line. Long run for Kaneberg, but he's going to get there. Jack Brooks fouls out for out number 2. The Oaks went down 1-2-3 in the second inning. But other than that, they've sent at least 5 hitters to the plate in every other inning. In danger of going down 1-2-3 here in the 6th. The batter is Austin Carrillo. Austin is 1-for-3 today. A rare 2 strikeout day for Carrillo. 1 swinging and 1 looking. Yesterday we saw him run up on strikes on a pitch that looked like that. Missed pretty far inside, but was ruled strike 3. This time it's called a ball. 2-0. Carrillo foul tips this one back. Austin had that single in the first inning and then looked like he was going to score on a Justin Rubin double, but with the thick outfield grass, he was forced to hold up at third and ended up stranded there. Luckily enough for the Oaks, they were able to plate 4 in the third inning to jump out to this lead. Ball pops out of the glove of Beasley. 2-1. We don't have any view on the Oaks bullpen, so we'll have to wait and see who pitches the 7th inning. Called strike on a 3-1 pitch. Carrillo was nearly halfway down the line. Has to make that walk back. We know that does not please umpires. Fouls this one back. Well, the right-hander Leto has been one of the best pitchers for the Crawdads. 11 2/3 innings pitched, just a 2.31 ERA. He is on Justin Rubin. He is on Justin Rubin. Rubin doubled in the first. Then reached on an error on a pop-up. It's actually popped up a couple of times on the infield. One of them was caught, one of them was dropped. He's behind 0-2. Justin is not a guy who strikes out very often. Only 13 times this year. Watches the breaking ball miss outside. Watches the breaking ball miss outside. Outside. 2-2. Once again, we remain grateful to our interns at Sparky Anderson Field. The scoreboard today has not been up to date whatsoever, which is never an issue for us at Sparky Anderson Field. But we've seen it at multiple CCL stadiums. 2-2. Outside corner. Justin goes down looking. Just wants to clear at the umpire that location as he heads back to the dugout. Colin Clark, first Oaks pitcher to pitch into the 7th inning. Heads back to the mound with Conejo on top 4-0. Top of the 7th inning. Oaks 9 outs away from a the Conejo Oak has 9 strikeouts on the day for Clark. A chance to get to double digits this inning. There hasn't been has there been a single hard hit ball? I'm trying to remember. Doesn't seem like there's been a single hard hit ball off of Clark. Both hits were weakly hit. It was the pop-up that Danielwitz lost in the sun, and then a jam shot pop-up over third base. Other than that, perfection from Colin Clark. 2-0 pitch and fastball, so he spins a breaker. We have gotten word that Charlie Decker's getting loose in the Oaks bullpen. The left-hander Cole Cosi. Over to Jack Brooks. It's a long throw for Jack, but he's got a strong arm. And there are now 2 away in this 7th inning. Looks like it's still Colin Clark who's staring. Crawdads must be chirping. No Charlie Decker as of right now. 79 pitches for Colin Clark with 2 outs in the 7th inning. Was that 75 coming to this one? He's already gotten 2 quick outs. Changeup, swing and a miss. Clark plays at the University of Oregon, who did go to a super regional this year, playing deep in, not quite good enough to get to Omaha, but an incredible year. And Clark pitching in some high leverage innings. An incredible year, and Clark pitching in some high leverage innings, taking that experience into today, and boy oh boy has he delivered. 9 strikeouts for Colin, no walks, only 81 pitches. There's a strike on the corner, 1-2. Clark on the prowl for strikeout number 10. Looking to become the first Oak to hit that plateau and complete 7 innings in Game 2 of the CCL Championship. Pitches in the dirt. It's been one of the best hitters in the entire CCL Kosciuszko. Atop the leaderboard in home runs, RBI, doubles. Clark's 2-2 delivery is lofted into center field. That's going to fall for a hit. Jam shot once again. Get off me ball single, third of the day. Let's see if that's it for Clark. Coach Solis looks like he's going to be keeping him in the game. Isaiah Walker has one of those 2 hits. He hit that pop-up that Daniel was lost in the sun. That's pop-up. Center field. Kenlinger over to his left. He makes the play. Have yourself a day, Colin Clark. 7 scoreless innings, 9 strikeouts, and the Oaks are 6 outs away from a championship. Clark shakes Skip's hand. His day is done. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Well, thanks to our man Trent, we were able to calculate Colin Clark's ERA in the season, including his outing today. If you can believe it, in 30 innings, Colin Clark, a sub-1 ERA. It's about as good as you can be. 3 earned runs allowed in 30 innings. Nick Leahy goes after the first pitch and fouls it right off to Colin Clark, who's behind the Oaks dugout. I want to go over myself and congratulate him. Masterful pitching performance on the mound. From start to finish. We talked about it a little bit in between innings, but 18 pitches in the first. And then the efficiency from there just kept on getting better and better. 14 in the second, 14 in the third, 9 in the fourth, 7 in the fifth, 13 in the sixth, and 11 in the seventh. We're not sure who's going to be expected to be either Charlie Decker or Alejandro Hueso. Charlie was throwing just this past inning, but Hueso throwing now. As Leahy lifts this one into right field, drifting over is Wolbert, and he makes the catch. Now it's Landon West. He's had himself a nice day. Couple of knocks, couple of runs driven in, both of them coming on a double in the third inning. That double was roped up the middle, but might not have been hit as hard as his flyout into the left center field gap. His weakest hit ball of the day was his single. that he cued off the end of the bat. Reaching on an infield hit, showing off the speed. Goes after this fast, or breaking ball. Swings and misses. Rowan Leto in for his second inning of work. The right-hander out of Arizona State. Landon with another good swing out to right field, but the right fielder is there. Wolbert makes the play for out number 2. Not a bad swing from West. Attempting to drive a ball the other way. But it's routine out there for Wolbert. That brings up Jordan King. Tough 0 for 3 day for Jordan today. Couple of strikeouts. He goes after the first pitch and pops it foul. King gets the start at second base today after finding himself with the day off yesterday. Leto misses high. Presumably, the Crawdads are going to let Leto finish this one for them, unless he gets into some trouble in the 9th. Jordan King pops this one foul over our heads into the parking lot. Two and two now to Jordan. A fan favorite this year for the Oaks. Runs the count full. Cooper Chef waiting in the on-deck circle. The 3-2 comes home, and it's ball 4. Dugout wanted it, didn't get it. Did appear to miss. King reaches for the first time today. And I believe, let me just double check, every single Oaks player has now reached base. Nick Leahy was technically on an error, but every Oaks player has touched first base today. Cooper Chef is 0 for 1 today with a couple of walks and a really good swing. Wolbert took away a hit from Chef out there and right. The count is 2-0 on Chef. Hasn't been caught. That's a strike. Cooper saw what meaningful postseason play looked like playing this past year at the University of Oregon. Didn't get much play that. Went to a super regional. Now he'll look to take that experience to UNLV. And he's carried it into his CCL summer, earning himself a nice showcase. Leto, and gets Chef at first. The only frame in this ballgame that there's been runs were the bottom of the third, where the Oaks scored 4. And that remains the score as we head to the 8th inning. 4-0 the Oaks lead. The Crawdads are running out of time in this one. Top of the 8th inning. Oaks lead 4-0. Colin Clark's day is indeed done. Making way for the Oaks closer, Alejandro Hueso, in for a 2-inning appearance. And a chance to give the Oaks their first CCL title since 2018. Facing the middle of this Crawdads lineup, Cam Calvillo takes the ball. Hueso's been the closer all year. 12 appearances, 8 of them have finished games, including 3 saves. 17 2/3 innings pitched, 20 strikeouts for Alejandro. As this one's driven a deep center field, Kendlinger drifts backpedals a little bit before making the play for out number 1. Hueso picks up where Clark left off, pounding the strike zone and getting a quick out. Oaks 5 outs away. They've gotten all 4 runs in this one in the bottom of the 3rd inning. All 4 unearned. Colin Clark, with his 7 shutout innings and 9 strikeouts, had the best performance from any Oaks starting pitcher, and it came in the most important game of the season. You want to talk about clutch. It's exactly what Colin Clark showcased today. Fouled off to the Crawdads dugout. Pretty lifeless dugout that. Had not had much to cheer about today, or these past couple of days for that matter. Oaks were dominant from start to finish yesterday, winning 9-2. Tight one today is a check swing over to third base. This is going to be a really tough play for Jack Brooks. Long hop, and Leahy comes to make the play. Camberg reaches on an infield single. No chance for Jack Brooks, who's getting chirped, I believe, from the Crawdads dugout. Kind of surprising. Really nothing Jack's supposed to do on that play. An excuse me swing. Camberg accidentally made contact. And luckily enough for him, it scooted down that third base line for an infield single. 4th hit of the day for the Crawdads. Not a single one of them hit hard. It's Nico Apsalaqueta. 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts today. Late on a fastball, 0-2. Hueso transferring from UC Davis. Will be attending Cal State LA in the fall, where we've heard he'll be a starting pitcher. Been an excellent closer all summer and picks up a strikeout. Frustration for Apsalaqueta, who slams his bat, headed back to the dugout. 2 outs in the 8th inning. Alejandro with a strikeouts per 9 over 10 coming into play today. Strikes out another right here. Oaks 4 outs away. Nikhil Beasley, the catcher, takes the ball. Another guy who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts, looking to avoid joining Apsalaqueta in the hat trick category. Very little success all around for the Crawdads lineup today in both of these 2 games. Fish shut him down yesterday, punching out 9 through 6 innings of 1-run ball with the 3-inning save from Daniel. Just 2 runs coming home for the Crawdads with just 4 weekly hit singles. Two and 1 to Beasley. Didn't get the start behind the plate yesterday. Owen Firestone back there, but today he gets the nod to do the catching. Huezo's got Beasley in a 2-strike count. Looking to strike out his second consecutive hitter. You can feel it in that Oaks dugout. With every growing pitch, they've grown louder and louder. 2-2, got him! Huezo strikes out the last 2 batters he faces in the 8th inning. The Oaks, 3 defensive outs from a title. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Conejo leading 4-0. (9-1-2) for the Oaks in what should be their last ups of this one. Bottom of the 8th inning here at College of Alameda in Alameda, California. The Conejo Oaks, champions of the CCL South, are 3 outs away from a CCL championship. Lucas Danielitz goes after the first pitch and flies it out to center field for out number 1. Very quick ball game up to this point. First pitch was exactly 2 hours ago, and we are in the bottom of the 8th inning. That's what happens when you got a guy like Colin Clark painting the strike zone left and right, sitting hitters down. Outside is 2024 Conejo Oaks team. Kendlinger swings and misses. A team that has gelled from the start. They had 1 2-game losing streak all season. That came in the first week of the year. There were a little bit of concerns early on. Those concerns were quickly erased, and the Oaks find themselves 3 outs away from that title they've been looking for. Still 3-2 on Tommy Kendlinger. Pitch from Leto, misses outside. Kendlinger reaches base for the 2nd time today. Now it's Jack Brooks. 1 for 4 today. He does have a run scored. Jack's gone after the first pitch a few times today. As Kendlinger runs, Brooks swings and lost one into left field. Kendlinger, but he's got his eyes on the ball and heads back to first after Camber catches out number 2. Oaks tried a little hit and run action, but Brooks gets underneath it and flies out to left. 2 outs. Austin Creel for the 5th time today. Been on a couple of times. a hit and a walk. It's a high strike call. And what should be the Oaks' last ups of this one. Something happened in the ninth. Kenlinger runs, pitches high. The throw down is accurate and gets Tommy. Well, the Oaks are done here in the 8th inning. And Alejandro Hueso retakes the mound with the CCL Championship on the line. Closing time. Top of the 9th inning. Conejo Oaks 3 outs away from a CCL championship for the first time since 2018. Hueso pitched the 8th inning. Gave up 1 single, but struck out the last 2 batters. Looking to bring it into the 9th. Strike 1. Facing 9-1-2 in the lineup. Hueso's been the closer all year. Only right that he's out there with a chance to close out the championship game. He does hit DeFazio. A breaking ball that just slipped out of his hand. Obviously, the Oaks are not going to want to have to get to this, but there are a variety of guys down in that bullpen that are incredibly, should Coach Solis need to use them. Leadoff base runner in DeFazio with the top of the lineup coming up. Crawdads lineup's on their feet once again. Knowing that this is their last chance. Some of these guys will be back with their respective teams. Some of them will move on to different summer ball leagues. Some guys might not be playing baseball at all. Count is even at 1. Just in case Charlie Decker is throwing down in the Oaks bullpen. Hopefully it doesn't come to that point. Hueso comes home, fouled back. He's excelled in these high leverage spots all year. It started in a game up in Santa Barbara where Jack Collins struggled a little in the 9th. Hueso came in mid-inning and picked up a huge save and hasn't been removed from the role since. That was nearly 2 months ago at this point. The Oaks were the best team in the South Division all year. At one point, winning 10 CCL games in a row. Lifted into left center field. Tommy Kenlinger is there for out number 1. Oaks now 1 pitch away from a championship. It's Casey Cummings, the center fielder for the Crawdads. Nervous faces in this crowd on both sides. One is in the dirt. The Oaks have been a competitive team in the CCL South every single summer since joining in 2006. Coach Dave Solis took over the program in 2008. They've seen success every year under him, but only one championship coming in 2018. A chance at number 2 right now. 4-0, top of the 9th. 1 out. Hueso gets a swing. Entire Oaks dugout on their feet and on the railing. Spirits as high as the sky right now. Crawdads desperate for a base runner. Wanting to keep this one going. Hueso misses high. 2-2. Cummings today is 0 for 3. Strikeout and a double play for him. A couple of ground nuts to short, actually. Hueso's 2-2. Foul. Cummings stays alive. Hueso with his 10 strikeouts per 9. Has struck out 2 this outing, both coming in the 8th. It's 2-2 on Cummings. Got him. Nasty stuff from Hueso. That's a slider. The Oaks are now 1 out away. Standing in their way is the CCL's best hitter. How poetic. Cole Kosciuszko, the last chance for the Crawdads. 9 homers and 40 runs batted in on the year. Hueso fires high. Even looking in the dugout right now, goosebumps. Some of these guys getting their first experience of collegiate baseball. Some of them, like Austin Carrillo and Scott Radinsky, playing in their 4th summer with the Oaks. And you got guys like Coach Dave Solis, Joe Garcia, this staff that's been together for so long, trying to get over the top for the first time in 6 years. Hueso falls behind Kosciuszko 3-0. On deck is Isaiah Walker, but still not the tying run. It's a 4-pitch walk. Hueso clearly cautious with Kosciuszko. Walks him. And that brings up Isaiah Walker. Walker's the one that they need to reach, because waiting on deck would be the tying run in Cam Calvillo. Charlie Decker has been throwing, but they want Hueso to end it. First and second, 2 outs. Oaks on top, 4-0 in this one. 1 out away from a CCL championship. Hueso misses high. When you look back to the workout, first workout, June 3rd, 2 months ago today, who would have thought in 2 months' time the Oaks would be CCL champions? Just need 1 out to make. And who better than their closer, Alejandro Hueso, to do so? The count is even at 1. Fastball on the corner, strike 2. The Oaks 1 strike away. 1 strike away from redemption. 1 strike away from CCL title number 2. Huezo's got his sign. He fires. And it misses outside. 2-2. The tension building in the stadium on every pitch. Deuce is wild. And just able to lay off is Walker. Count is now full. The tying run in Cam Cavillo waits on deck. Payoff pitch coming from Huezo. And he misses high, ball 4. The tying run is going to come to the plate here in the 9th. Huezo's lost at the last couple of hitters, back-to-back walks. No Coach Solis out on the mound, but the entire Oaks infield comes together to have a conversation. We've seen it all summer, and with that, Coach Solis does head out there. Right as the Oaks infield breaks it up, come mound. We'll see if he's going to stay with Huezo or if he's pulling the ball. Quick conversation with Alejandro, who wants to stay in there. So Lees heads back to the dugout. Nervous time here at College Alameda. Tying run, Cavillo at the plate. 2 outs in the top of the 9th inning. A CCL championship on the line. First pitch swinging. Fouled back over our heads. Kind of surprising to see a first pitch swing after back-to-back walks. But confidence at the play from Cavillo. An 0 for 3 day up to this point. But can redeem it all right here. Grounded to third base. Jack Brooks is there. He steps on the bag. And you can pop the bottles. The Conejo Oaks are champions of the Collegiate League. It's the first time since 2018 and just the second time in their history. But the Oaks reign supreme in the CCL as they dogpile on the mound. It was a dominating season from start to finish, and the Oaks culminate it with the championship. And the Jose chants break out. The Oaks, champions of the CCL. Oaks faithful letting them hear it as they head back to the dugout. 4-0, the Oaks win. They take both games of this CCL Championship Series and win their second title in program history. Shout out to Coach Dave Solis and that entire staff. He's been at the helm since 2008, and he gets over the hump for the second time and the first time in 6 years. Well, it was a heck of a summer. Quite a fun one. 2 months ago, the Oaks began their season, and exactly 2 months later, they culminated with the CCL Championship. We want to thank you all for listening all season long. For all of us with the Conejo Oaks broadcast team, Max Schwartzberg, Trent Reimers, I'm Josh Mechanic, and we will talk